Hi. All right. I'm just gonna wait a few seconds here, and I have a notebook that I'm gonna be referencing so I don't forget anything because I have a lot to talk about. So hello, thank you so much for joining me. So before we get into all like the strip club stuff, I just wanted to do this as a live stream. I need to like slow down and breathe. I wanted to do this as a live stream instead of a video because it takes me a long time to edit my videos. So I really just want to like talk about everything that's going on, and then this will be uploaded to YouTube. So thank you anyone who is joining me. And whenever I'm done reading everything, I could open up the chat and like talk to you guys. But oh, okay, the chat actually pops up. Okay, cool. So if anyone wants to ask me questions, I'll try to keep an eye on the chat, but I'm gonna try to just stick to my notes. So where have I been? So I moved and I moved in like kind of like the third week of July, and I just got like a little overwhelmed, so I wasn't uploading videos, but I have been vlogging. Hello, thank you everyone for joining me. So basically there has been a lot of drastic changes to the clubs, especially this past week. So since I haven't uploaded in so long, I wanted to do this live stream and talk about everything that happened and has been happening. And then I can, we'll talk about like things moving forward. But we got our freaking death sentence yesterday. But before I talk about all that, I have like my notes here because in my normal videos I could edit out where I like forget things. So I'm gonna be looking down at my notes. Yeah, so I do have a bunch of vlogs I filmed in July, but I don't want to upload those yet because I don't want to just pretend like, oh, everything's fine, and like, because it's kind of gotten like pretty bad out here, not gonna lie. So the club changes. Before I like really get into it, I just want to say like no hate directed at the club. The club is doing everything that the health department is making them do to keep our doors open. And my understanding is if we get shut down, it's going to be really hard for us to reopen. And there is one or two clubs that have already been shut down that are our sister clubs. So since that happened, things have gotten so much stricter. But the first thing that happened that really fucked us is, and this happened while I was moving. So this happened 3 weeks ago, roughly. Maybe two. I'm like losing track of my time, but Denver made it so, or the governor, I don't know if it's for the whole state, but I think it's the whole state of Colorado cannot serve alcohol past 10 p.m. So I work in a club that serves liquor. Chapo, he's behind on my pillows, like out of frame. I'll show him at the end, but so they Denver decided, or whatever, our governor, I'm not getting political here, so our governor made it so that we can't serve alcohol past 10 p.m. So that happened while I was moving. So I was already gonna take like a week and a half or 2 weeks off of work. So I didn't really get to work right before that happened. So when I returned to work last week, I was like really nervous, like, oh my God, what the hell's gonna like go on? Exactly, yeah, it only comes out after 10 p.m. when people are drunk. So I was working last Friday. Halfway through my shift, I am called over to the DJ booth, and my manager tells me and my friend, because we were sitting with this table, and we were both sitting on someone's lap, and our manager tells us we could no longer sit on customers' laps. This was the night that one of the other clubs got shut down, so it was by the health department. I don't work there, so I don't want to like go into the details because I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure that that club just was like a little bit more poppin' on the weekends, and people weren't really social distancing or wearing their masks, but they got shut down specifically for like a girl sitting on a customer's lap. So that night we were told no sitting on customers' laps. So was like, okay, it's kind of silly because we at that point are still able to do lap dances. So we're just like, none of this makes sense, but whatever. So I worked Friday and Saturday, and that weekend was pretty rough. When I first was working, when we reopened, have been able to make like pretty good consistent money. It's nowhere near what it was before COVID, but I would at least know like, hey, I'm gonna be able to make $400, or like I was doing a lot of stage money. I would say a lot of the girls each night were having a lot of stage money because they only allowed a few of us to work. So people were in there and they were drinking, they were at the bar, they were having fun, they could finally go out. It used to be you could sit at the stage, then they removed the seats at the stage. So all of that made it more difficult, but people were still coming in and like having a fun time, throwing money, and we were all making money and like leaving really happy. So all of that is just like, like all of these new changes is pretty much preventing like all of that. So our club has been, in my opinion, and at least from my perspective, like has been doing pretty good, and like until like this week. So the 10 p.m. last call has like made it really hard for us. So last weekend was my first weekend working with that, and I was just like, oh, but it still wasn't terrible. I still made money. There were still people coming in. So this week, let me like take a breath because I talk really fast. I just have like so much I want to say, so I end up talking really fast. Okay, so this week I worked Wednesday and Thursday. So this week we are back to our normal house fees. So our club has been giving us lowered fees. And I know our manager had to like fight for that for as long as we could. So up until now, we've been able to come in and check in still, like, you know, as long as you're here before 8 o'clock. It was, you know, $5, then it went up to $20, and then $30. And now it's back to normal fees. And so that means like around 8 o'clock, it could be $60. And then after that, it's going to be a lot more. So I came in pretty much at open because I was like, I am not paying normal fees right now. And the other thing that changed this week is we have limited hours. So they're charging us full price, but the club is closing sooner. So it makes no sense. So I come and check in. I'm like the first girl to check in. And there's 3 managers in the office. And I'm just like, oh, hello. Like, kind of a surprise to see everyone here. So they tell me we can no longer stand at the bar. So they haven't had bar seats for a really long, like since we opened, no bar seats. So people would go and order at the bar and maybe stand there. Or I would approach customers who are standing at the bar. So now we cannot stand at the bar. And there's no seats at the stage. There's tables, but it's a small club and they got rid of a lot of like there's no bottle service section like there used to be. So it's like, where are we supposed to go? So we can't stand at the bar. And then they also told me all of our cocktail waitresses have been furloughed. And I was like, whoa, that was a really big shocker. And apparently it's like also the bartenders. They said there was going to keep 1 bartender, but last night it was just the managers behind the bar. And it was the DJ cleaning the stage and also doing the dance area. So they've like got rid of all of the staff. There's still like a security guard or 2, but no more cocktail waitresses, no more bartenders. And this is company wide. This is like not just my club. This is like a corporate club that owns at least 5 clubs in Denver and also in other states. I don't know about the other states, but they told me this was company wide and this was like a really big deal. So when I was checked into work yesterday, like I felt like the vibe was so strange. Or no, this was Wednesday. I was just feeling really like kind of depressed because I was like, I'm not going to see any of the cocktail waitresses. Like those are my friends and they rely on this job just as we do. So that was like a really big deal. So halfway through my shift, I go up to the bar to order, and I'm with a customer, and someone comes up and they say, no, you can't do that anymore. So now we can't even go up to the bar. So halfway through my shift, there's more changes happening, and it's like my head's spinning trying to keep up with all of this. So Now we can only sit at the table and someone has to come to us to take our drink order. But there's only one bartender and they're working behind the bar, they're working the floor, and they are also supposed to go and do the private rooms because I think those are still going, but I'm not really sure. um, so yeah, so that was Wednesday. So I left Wednesday night and I had made about $250. I had gotten there pretty much at open, and I was the first girl working for about the first hour that we had customers in there. So that's when I made all of that money, like before 7 p.m. And it was all from lap dances. Like I made maybe $10 on stage, and then I would go and talk to the guy, and we'd go do a dance. And I did that to a few people because I was the only girl working, so it worked out pretty well. The rest of the night on Wednesday, absolutely nothing. There was like girls sitting together talking, and there was just like nothing going on. There was a couple stragglers. It was rough. I literally like when I got home on Wednesday, I literally cried. I was so just like feeling just defeated and just like what the fuck. But Thursday it got worse. So that's the fucked up thing. Like so Wednesday I left and I was like, oh, this is so bad. And then Thursday, this is what I'm saying is our death sentence. And I put it in the thumbnail of this video and the title, so it's not like a big shocker, but so it's the curtain. so I arrive again on Thursday, pretty much right at open. And what I walked into, the club has like construction tape and like rope or whatever, like this orange fence and construction or like the caution tape covering both bars. I think it looks really tacky. And signs saying do not order at the bar. And they even put this like creepy mannequin with like and dressed him up, and that's supposed to be our health inspector, because I walked in and I was like, what is that? What like so the club looks fucking weird in my opinion. We throw these themed parties all the time. Like if any of my friends who work with me are watching, like it looks like our themed parties, which always look so dumb in my opinion. It makes the club look way less classy. So it's just got all this stuff everywhere. But the managers, while I'm walking in to come to work, are putting up this clear curtain that's literally just like a bunch of shower curtains all together around the stage. And it looks so tacky. So the new rules are there's pretty much like no touching. So obviously like each club has a little bit different rules for touching, but in our club, like we could dance on stage and like put our legs around the customer or like go right up to them. We can't do that at all anymore. We can't even dance on the tip railing. So we can only really, they described it to me like you guys are basically go-go dancers now. And customers can come up and put money under the stage and but they can't obviously make it rain, and they can't even like tip us on the hip or on the side. Thank you for that comment. I'm trying not to read the comments, but I saw that one and I appreciate that one. I'm gonna look at the comments when I'm done, but thank you so much. But so no tipping at the hip. They just have to like slide the money. Like there's like maybe like this much room from the end of the curtain to like the stage. There's like a gap. So they can put their money under there, but it's so tacky. Like the curtains even still had all the crease marks from being folded. It's like the liner you put in your shower curtain so that your shower curtain doesn't get fucked up, you know? So it's like, it's not completely clear. Like when I was watching my friends dance on stage, it's like, yeah, you can still see them, but it's not anything. And so it looks tacky. You can't make it rain. And the other thing is it's hot in there. So when we're dancing, we have to still keep our mask on, believe it or not. And it's so hot in there. So yesterday I made like probably like $20 in stage money all night. Or like it was bad. I got one person to tip me $20 and like I didn't make any money yesterday. Oh, and then so this is why I have to have my notes, because I know a mask on behind the curtain. It none of it makes any sense. So the other thing is, so like we're like a hustle club for sure. There's definitely good stage money to be made, but it's like hustling private dances and suites. So we have had this clear curtain in the private dance room, but it's been optional. Now we have to use it. So we can't even give lap dances anymore because we can't really sit on their lap with the curtain. So we have to pretty much just dance in front of a curtain, and they're going to be sitting like way far because the little dance rooms are pretty big. So the curtain's in like the middle of the room and the couch is all the way back there. It's like, what is the point of that? Who's going to pay? We charge $40 and you still have to pay for a wristband to get a dance and a cover charge. So it's like, who's gonna, at that point you're spending so much money, and you have to get a minimum drink now. If you're in there past 10 p.m. you have to order like a $6 bottle of water or like a $12 Red Bull, like something stupid like that. So they're just like getting the customers for all these bullshit, fees, which is normal for a strip club, but it's like, who's gonna spend that on a dance like that with the curtain? It's not a lap dance. It's not a lap dance. And like, I feel like the people have been coming in the club and that I've been doing dances with, or that I've been spending money, have been looking for that one-on-one because they've been cooped up in their house and they're coming to the strip club for that. And they're coming to the strip club for that, and they want to have like us sitting on their laps. They want to be able to smell us. They want to have that physical touch. Like, this is insanity. And then the crazy thing is, what I saw last night was people coming in, like the few people who came in pretty much paid their cover and then sat in the corner and didn't tip or anything. And it was like, I felt I was so in such a bad mood last night that I really couldn't even go up. Like, we had a lot of, like, not a lot of people, but we had throughout the end of the night, like maybe a few people come in. They just kind of sat in the back and watched the stage and then just like awkwardly left. And like, these two couples came in and I danced on stage. They didn't tip me at all. I was kind of in their direction. And then before they left, one of them handed me a $5 bill and was like, I could just tell they were just like, yeah, we're not feeling this, but here you go, like a pity tip, which I was like, thank you, I will take it, But, so I made, I think, like literally like $50 last night, and I got there at 5 p.m. and I left at midnight. And I just was like feeling defeated. I was feeling angry. Well, that's what they were gonna do when we first reopened. They said they were gonna be doing that. And the other thing that made me mad last night is I've had DJs at clubs who will say, when they're announcing the girls, they'll say like, just a reminder, our ladies don't have paychecks. They work solely on your tips and generosity. And the DJ didn't say that once, and I went on stage so many times last night, and just, it was so uncomfortable because like nobody was tipping, and just like, so I ended up just like stretching, which I know sucks because people don't want to come in and see that, but I was like, my feet hurt. I'm not doing all the extra moves right now. Like, it's not happening. So it's just super lame. So I'm supposed to work Saturday, and I think I'm going to call off because I don't even want to go in there right now. I literally need a break for my mental health. Like, even though we can't serve alcohol past 10 p.m., just being in that environment, people coming in and drinking, I'm being there and I've been drinking because I'm like, I don't want to, but it's just been so stressful. So I don't want to put myself in that environment right now when I'm like feeling kind of depressed. It makes it feel so much worse. So I think that I actually might take a break from working for a little bit and hope that some of these rules go away. But like, if I'm being real, I really don't think any of this is going to go away. I think they're trying to implement this like and keep it in place. But our club hasn't had any issues with people getting coronavirus. Like, I don't want to talk about all that stuff really, but it's really frustrating because all of this happened also the same week that the extra $600 unemployment ended, which not every one of us was able to even get. But it's like, you're really leaving us with no option here. Like, what am I supposed to do? And then, yeah, the same week we have normal house fees. They also limit our hours. They furlough the staff. It's just like, what do they expect us to do? Travel vlogs. I mean, I would love to travel. I just don't know if right now I could like, maybe like travel and dance. But so I'm like, I was kind of reflecting back on like the past like month. It's been like at least 2 months now we've been open, and I felt like in the beginning I was having so much fun, and it was so good to be out and like be seeing my friends, or just like having really good interactions with customers, and just like feel like leaving feeling really good. And I don't feel like that at all anymore. Like, I feel so jaded. I feel like they are just ruining this. And it's just, which is why I wanted to do this live stream, because I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was gonna do a vlog, and then I was like, it's just doesn't seem like a video I need to like sit down and edit. Like, I just want to talk about what's going on, because it's a lot. And I've had like friends who work in the industry be asking me. I've had other people asking me, just curious, and it's just like, it's just making my head spin. So like, I'm just gonna make a live stream so I could just put it all out there, what's going on. And well, thank you. Yeah, and like, I did film some vlogs already that are previous that I'm still gonna edit and upload, but I definitely wanted to put this video out first. Just, yeah, always got to keep it real. Okay, so my last little page in my notes is my plans for like moving forward. So I'm not trying to make this video to like spark any fear. Like, I don't think anyone needs to panic. I'm not panicking. Like I said, I feel more jaded, if anything. But I think it's good to be prepared, and just to be like aware of what's going on. So I am gonna start doing like OnlyFans, and doing some more online content creation, and obviously have more time to focus on YouTube if the clubs are not changing, because I don't see it being like, I don't think it's worth it, you know? And like, if you know, if I end up really liking doing OnlyFans and start to like be successful, you know, not like successful, but whatever, just like start to learn some things about it, I definitely want to make advice videos on stuff like that, because I feel like a lot of it is just how you like are marketing yourself. And like, even I made a video like at the beginning of the lockdown, like, anyone who does OnlyFans or any online, and even if you don't do any online sex work, you should get a VPN no matter what, because it protects your IP address and all that. So I just like to give little tips like that. Another good tip is I don't. Oh, hi Roger. I don't have it. I have it made, but I still have to verify it. So I'm gonna be starting on that ASAP. And yeah, Roger, you could be my first fan. So, oh yeah, the other tip I wanted to give about OnlyFans is, if you're doing anything like that, make sure to protect your email address. That's gonna be your master account. So for example, if you have an email address attached to OnlyFans, don't give that email out. Create a separate business email to give out to people, because you don't want to get hacked. And then make sure your email is super locked down. If you're using Gmail, you can just set up 2-factor authentication or whatever. So like, little tips like that, I definitely want to make videos on for like the OnlyFans stuff. But that's pretty much where I'm at. And I know a lot of dancers have been on that tip since March. And I was never against it. I just really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I still felt kind of hopeful. Like, when I think back to like March, April, I think that we were all, or at least me, I was kind of like just waiting out the quarantine, you know what I mean? And just like waiting to reopen and thinking things are going to go back to normal. But I always kind of had this fear that like, oh, this is going to ruin us. Like, we're not going to be able to recover from this, like possibly for several years. Like, I might not be able to, you know, dance for a while. And kind of feeling that way. Like, when we first reopened, it was really good, and it was almost a tease, because I think a lot of us had been making some good money, and we're like, okay, we can still do this. And then it's like, nope. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Yeah, I follow a bunch of Instagram accounts that give OnlyFans tips, and I know a lot of it too is like just networking and making like a Twitter and following a bunch of other sex workers, and getting, you know, joining like support groups where other girls are like supporting your OnlyFans and you support them back. And so I'm definitely need to like delve into that, though. I haven't really put a whole lot of time into like doing that. And after working this week, I was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's where I'm at. And I'm kind of excited. So in my new apartment, I have my pole set up, which I'm not gonna lie, I am like so out of shape in regards to pole dancing. And I like forgot a lot of the tricks I used to know, but I have a friend who's gonna teach me again. So I just feel like, yeah, I could just like hang out in my apartment and just focus on content creation, and I think I'll be a lot happier. Like it was really good working in the club a lot in the beginning, but it's not good anymore. And yeah, my mental health comes first. I felt so sad leaving last night. I gave a hug to the bathroom attendant because he's like one of the nicest people ever, and he's just consistently always has a smile on his face, and customers say all the time because he's in the men's bathroom like, oh, that guy's really cool, and I'm like, I love him. So I gave him a hug and was like, I don't think I'm gonna be back for a little while. And I said that to the security who walked me out, and I just felt so sad. And I told the GM that as well. I was like, when I checked in, I was like, when I saw the curtain, was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep working like I have been. Which I'm a private contractor, it's fine. It's like makes me feel sad, you know, because I love my club, and like they've been cleaning the stages, and I just feel like everybody's just like doing all this stuff, and it's just like we're still hit with all of this bullshit. But anyways, I'm gonna look at the chat. So I don't know if I'm on my phone. Sorry, this is kind of awkward. Let me do this again. Yeah, I wasn't really reading the comments. Yeah, somebody said, this is my last month of savings since this outbreak. I thought we would have put over this corona thing. That's the thing, like, they always say to have like a 3-month savings, like a whatever safety net, and or even 3 to 6 months. Like, we've already all exhausted that. Like, it's crazy. Like, I really don't think all of us expected this to last this long, and it's really scary. I'm really grateful that I was able to make some good money at the club, but I'll be honest, I had to spend pretty much all of that to get this apartment, and I did pay a few months of rent forward, which is so relieving. And I'm really happy I did that because it takes some stress off. But it's still scary because I want to be able to keep working and making money and not be in a couple months from now be worried about paying my rent, you know? So, but it gives me a little bit of time to get my OnlyFans set up and all of that. But yeah, like, none of us expected this. I don't want to get too much into yeah, this could go into 2020. I actually am thinking that we're probably not gonna see any improvement in a lot of things until like the end of 2021 if we're lucky at this point. At least like in regards to like our bar scene and whatnot. Like, normal bars in Denver are still closed. We are opened because we are a restaurant now. And I think the city's really trying to shut us down. Thank you. This is this company called Mishka. I just like to wear t-shirts and stuff, so I'm always comfy. But yeah, I like this graphic. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely potential to like travel and dance, but yeah, well, I appreciate everyone for tuning in the live stream. I don't know if anybody has any questions for me. Definitely dabs. I pretty much only smoke dabs unless I'm with other people. What are you streaming? Oh, like shows and stuff. Honestly, the only thing I'm really watching right now is World of Dance because I love that show. That's like the only show I like that is like really cheesy like that, because sometimes the editing and the judging is really cheesy, but the performers on there are so amazing. Are all Denver strip clubs doing bad now? I work at like the club downtown. There's 2 of them, and I've only been at one, but I am contracted at both. I would say our clubs are hurting. There's another club that is not in Denver, like they're right on the other the border of Denver in another county, so I think they might be doing different. OnlyFans content. I'm still trying to decide that, honestly. I'm probably gonna start with more just like lingerie, maybe topless, maybe some like pole striptease stuff, and then maybe offer a custom list. But honestly, I have like a good friend of mine too who's about to start doing it. So I was like, we should collab. So I'm just kind of gonna be open to see where it goes. I think a few months ago I was like not really into the idea of doing like porn necessarily, but honestly right now I'm not opposed to it. I don't know. I think just that's why I didn't want to jump into it right away. I wanted to try to make sure. Also, I was still just hopeful that the clubs would be able to still be popping. But yeah, maybe do some. I don't know. It might be kind of hot to do something with my friends, so we'll see where that goes. but um, but yeah, I'm not. I feel like the clubs in Denver overall are gonna be kind of bad, but I think our clubs are being hit extra hard because we're downtown, so they're just like really on our asses. But there's already 2 other clubs that shut down, and yeah, it's been pretty rough. Let's see if Chapo wants to come say hi. I'm not gonna lie, I had to give him some CBD because he was really anxious while I was getting ready to film, and he was like making a lot of noise, so I gave him some CBD. Oh, I think I just ordered them from Rip and Dip. I used to order stuff from them a lot. I love their clothing. Chapo, come here. I have to go get him. He's all on my pillow. Yeah, he's a little bit CBD'd. He's a little zonked out. He's fine though. It really helps him, you know. He's got anxiety. I'm like, we both do. It's okay, dude. I'm like, me too. Chapo, say hi, buddy. Oh, he's so cute. I know. He's like, my new apartment actually is bigger and it was cheaper. So I moved here to save money, and I found a really nice apartment. In my opinion, I love it here so far. And the main room is really big. I like actually have 2 couches. So Chapo, he's trying to get away from me. So I have 2 couches and a pull up already. So, and a super big balcony. I have so many plants in the other room. So I have been buying a lot more plants. So I'm gonna just continue doing stuff like that to make me happy. Just hang out here and get more plants. But thank you everyone for tuning into this live stream. I feel like I need to do these more often. I kind of get nervous right before. But it's fun to do these, and then I don't have to worry about editing. Yeah. Chapo is a rescue, so he would be almost 4 according to the shelter. Yes, virtual lap dances. I mean, I feel like the world has just got to go to everything virtual now, so virtual lap dances it is, I guess. Yes, good vibes to you too, and to everybody. This was my 2nd live stream. I did one on my birthday, like right in the beginning of quarantine, and I was baking. And I feel like that one I was trying to like make it like something that it wasn't, you know, like I wanted it to be really fun. And I think this one it's more natural to just like sit down and talk. So I liked doing this, or maybe like a get ready with me with makeup. Although when I'm doing my makeup, I feel like I have to get so close to the mirror that you would just see like my shoulder the whole time. But yeah, I know. It's been really hard. Like, it's been really hard this year. That sounds really good. It's kind of hot right now in Denver. Like, I took Chapo for a walk, like a couple hours ago. It was so hot. So I don't know if I could do some baking, but it sounds really nice. I'm excited for fall so I can start baking more. But yeah, so I think I covered everything I want to talk about. So I'm gonna end this here because I like to ramble, so I feel like I could just sit here dragging this out for a long time. Oh, that's so cool from Montreal. Hello, Raven. That's awesome. I want to go to Montreal. Well, bye, everybody. Much love, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.